Man, was that fun. So I'm getting addicted to these vintage power saws, but they're taking a lot of time and a lot of work. So if you haven't guessed, this is a McCulloch 797. And this actually was the precursor to the Super Pro 125 or the CP 125, depending on the year. 123 cc's. When I got this, I bought this from, I believe, Craigslist years ago, probably at least 10 years ago. The man I bought it from said he had never seen it run, and he had it for probably 20 years. So this saw, to my knowledge, has not run for 30 years. I've spent probably the last 2 weeks tinkering with this. It had no spark at all. So I put a new plug in, and I had to reset the points. I got spark. I needed to completely do new fuel line, new fuel filter, a new carb kit. This actually has a McCulloch branded carburetor. Now, I have no idea whether or not McCulloch had somebody else make those carburetors, maybe Tillotson, and they branded them, but it's embossed McCulloch on the top. The thing is a total bear. It has an automatic oiler, but it also has a manual override here, which I never realized how difficult it is to maintain throttle pressure and be pumping this down. There's a lot of tension to this thing. Plus it weighs a ton. I think, gosh, I don't know. I think fueled up with a full tank of fuel and a full tank of oil, it's probably got to be close to 40 pounds. It's in amazingly great shape. This is all original paint. I bought it with the original McCulloch hard nose bar. That's a 25-inch bar. Unfortunately, it only came with the inner spikes. It was missing the outer spikes, but that's okay. I can probably replace them, find something on eBay or whatever. But it still needs work. I purposely detuned this a bit just because it hasn't run in a while. I have not taken the muffler off to look at the piston, but I was running a little richer fuel. I was running a 40-to-1 in here, and I just had it detuned a little bit. And keep in mind, and I get this all the time whenever I run an older power saw, these things were not meant to run like saws of today. You know, the top RPM on these was 7,000 or 8,000 RPMs, I believe. And, you know, you think about today's saws that run at 13 or 14,000. So, you know, when people leave comments saying, oh my gosh, you know, you're dogging that thing, it's ridiculous, you really got to lean it out. These saws were never meant or built for speed. They were built for torque. And I hope you got a sense of the torque it has when I was tearing into this massive butt of red oak, which we'll come around to here. I think you recall in the video me slicing through this. I had to do it from this side first. I actually ran out of fuel, so I just stopped, but I actually started to work the other side here. But then I figured, well, let me start taking off some of the pieces. So this is one of the top pieces here that came off. And you can see how nasty this was. There's all kinds of junk in there, and there was some stuff in here that was falling down. You can actually see it right here. This is the grit that was inside of the tree. So this butt at the outer edge was 46 inches. And, you know, it's not fast, as I said, but man, it just cuts and cuts and cuts. And that chain, I've got to tune the chain a little bit. I think that's a 063 gauge. And it's just it's got an odd profile on it, so I've got to play with that chain a little bit. But just a lot of fun cutting up. This is the remnants, the last bit of the red oak from the tree service. And, you know, this stuff's just absolutely massive. It's so heavy and so dense. And this will make some nice, probably boiler wood for my neighbor who has the greenhouses, and he heats the greenhouses with a wood boiler. So not a bad way to spend a weekend afternoon. It's been cloudy here for 2 days on Catbird Hill. We're expecting some pretty heavy rain tomorrow night with some wind. And I wanted to get out here today and, you know, try to get this pup running. And this has just been a fun project working on this. I am by no means a chainsaw mechanic, but I was happy that I was able to get this thing running. Let me just, since I mentioned it, let me take the air filter cover off here, and I want to show you the branding, the McCulloch branding on the carburetor. I don't know, can you guys see that? I think you can. Right there it says McCulloch. I thought that was really cool. And I haven't done, you know, a ton of research on this, but a lot of I believe a lot of the older McCulloch chainsaws had Tillotson carburetors, I believe. I'd have to ask Donnie Walker, he would know about that. But anyhow, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm still going to keep working on this beast and try to get it running as best I can. I think this is probably going to go in the casket with me. It's one of my favorites along with the 125. I'm just amazed that it's sat for so long unused, and it's just kind of fun to see it back in service. Until next time, John here from Catbird Hill. Take care.